it did a better job zooming, it would find her better.
So one of the things we would sort of throw on the docket for the rest of the year is a little more shoulder in, especially tracking left. You want that left hind stepping through.
That she carries. Like, I don't know why this company doesn't have that. Yeah, and you can hold the remote, exactly.
A lot of people have given them feedback about that.
Yeah,
I saw on the website.
that's good.
Yeah. It's just a little more work that they all wanted to do.
What are they giving them feedback on?
This thing needs a remote, like if she had something.
Yes.
If she had the remote on her, then it would always track and follow her.
Even if she goes behind something.
Good.
Or into the sun.
Very good. Feel that? Good. While you're here and he's really dialed in, just go ahead and just do a little shoulder in. You're going to your strong side first, which is okay. Good. There's your right hind. Good. The end result is he should roll in your top line. He should roll into your softness.
He's a total trier too.
Yeah, this is another really nice horse. Good. Now as you're coming across the diagonal, inside leg ahead, just slightly widen your radial and step his left hind up. There, right there. Feel it? Much better. And if you got stuck right there, put a little lift on your rein. Lift right there on your rein. There you go. And leg, seat. Now add with the rein. Step his hind up. Wait for it. There. Good. Better. Let him walk. Just let him walk. Put him on the buckle. Let him take a little breather there. Good.
You should see him at the shows. He's like, he doesn't care what's going on. He's totally cool.
You know, it's kind of cool because she's needed this horse for a long time. It's been hard for her because she's gone through a lot of horses that didn't quite fill the bill. And here she is. She's back and she's got exactly what she wants.
And this horse loves her.
Yeah, I bet he does. But look how he feels so supported by her.
Yep.
And you can love him to death.
Yep.
But if you don't ride him well, you'll get him a little rattled.
Yep.
Man, that feels good. Yeah. I was telling Perry, I've seen you ride a lot of horses over the years. It's kind of nice. This is kind of what you've been looking for.
Yeah.
Like a partnership, you're having fun. You don't feel like your life's in danger every time you ride. You know, and you've worked long and hard. You should be able to come out here and ride and have fun. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's so nice to see. It is. It's funny how that works out, right? Yeah. And he showed up when you had the skills to support him. Exactly. Yeah. There's no accident. You got him there. There he stepped up into your left arc. Good. You can just let him stop. Stop with your seat. And then come in with your reins. Just see if he'll stop off your seat. Good. So let's just do about a little bit of a maintenance list for you. Anything to engage the left hind. Shoulder in, leg yields right, side pass right. Yeah, anything to get that left hind stepping up and in. You can do shoulder in. That's my, I already said it once this week, but I laugh about it but it's true. In Montana, they often would see a bumper sticker that says you can have my gun, but you're going to pry it away from my cold, dead fingers. My bumper sticker, you can have shoulder in, but you're going to pry it away from my cold, dead fingers. Because I'm going to scream and holler I'll die before I let it go.
It's interesting because Michael, the dressage,
Mm-hmm.
you know Michael.
Yep.
I've been doing lessons with him.
Yep. Yep.
And it's haunches him.
Yeah.
And we did, he saw him jumping, but push, like launching off his hind end, not pushing off his hind end. So we just worked on the fence in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and we just did rails on the ground, trotting, just figure eight.
Yep.
And it was just get the bend, shoulder, haunches in.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the same.
Again, you're just getting, you're getting haunches in is a shoulder out, but again, I probably have a personal bias for shoulder in. It's not that I don't use haunches in, but I get more done with shoulder in, and my personal bias carries into my work. So sometimes it's nice to ride with somebody that's maybe their personal bias is haunches in, because there's a reason there. It's there for them. Yep, yep, good.
Getting all the information.
So anything to get the left hind up and in, okay? You're going to start doing a little more backing. And when you struggle with a left bulge or a left lead, you're going to struggle in your backing arc when these hips are going left. That's going to be your less balanced one. So you're going to work
And
on...
sit on the ground.
Yep, on the ground and under saddle. You work on the L, and I want you to get where you can ride through the L, and I want you to be able to get to go this direction. Let's see. Facing that way, backing the L this way, where your hips are going left. His eyes going right. Are you good with your lefts and your rights?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you want his eye right and his hips left. Okay, and that's the L that's going to support your left lead and your left engagement. Exactly. You always finish with him flowing with his feet and flexing at the pole. When you back, don't back him with your leg. Just tip his nose to your right, right leg back, left leg forward. So starting back straight. Now tip his eye right. That pushes your right leg back, left leg forward. Good. Just let him come around the corner. If he messes up and steps over the rails, that's not a hill to die on. Good. Keep tipping him right. Good. 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 Now just let him finish strong, soft and flowing. There's the flow. Wait for the soft feel. Wait it out. Stick with it. You'll get till he gets soft. Back him up again. We want a little more give on the top line. A little more tuck his chin towards his chest. Back him up. There's the feet. There's your soft feel. That's where you release him. Feel it? It's like, yeah, we worked on this about 15 years ago, Greg. Yeah, we do. We always work on it. So that's a really good thing to throw in your repertoire. And you don't have to have the rails up. You can background a track or a sprinkler head or a pile of horse poop, whatever. Yep, yep. Just remember at this stage, bend his nose to get to his feet. Don't put your leg on. Now, once they get really good and flowing, I use my legs all the time. And I can back... Yeah. What that will do is it'll get you in the position change, but it won't necessarily eliminate the brace. You okay? You hurting?
Yeah, my jaw hurts a lot.
More than normal now?
Well, they've reconstructed it, so yeah, it's caused me a lot
Did you
of
break it?
problems. No, it didn't grow right.
Okay. All right. I was watching how you moved your head and how you moved your jaw the other day. That's how I knew you were getting
I was
headaches.
wondering.
Yeah, I could just see how you're moving it. Usually when they have that pattern of movement, they usually have headaches. Beyond that, I'm way out of my league, so I stay safely in my lane. But
Yeah, I
there you go. There. He says, man, I make her look good. You'll do one the other, like you'll probably do like 4 to that side to 1 to the other for right now until one of these days you're going to walk out and you're going to say, now which way were we bad? I can't remember which way. That's going to be a day to celebrate. How's he doing over fences? He's doing well?
He's learning.
Good. Yep. He's just a youngster.
We're trotting, we do some cantering.
Good.
When I have him in a nice trot or canter with a nice rhythm,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
all works out. Obviously, if I'm not where I should be, he gets unsteady, so he gets, he'll add a little stride or he'll pop the fence too big. Or,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep. Again, rhythm is the last thing you receive and the first thing to go bad. So when they're rhythmic, things are pretty balanced. That's why we put such an emphasis on rhythm. Wasn't that the lady that used to teach all the kids here this afternoon?
Yeah,
Wendy?
Mrs. Elliott.
Elliot, yeah, Mrs. Elliott. I thought that was her. Yeah.
What do you want us to do?
Well, I'm just kind of soaking here and letting him work on that a little bit. Let's do, we didn't really do any shoulder in tracking left. We got to do a shoulder in tracking left. You can do it at the trot too if you want. Yep. We're looking for the left hind to step through. I want him to get a little bit soft in the reins and lift in his withers. All right, set him up. If you have to put a little lift on your left rein, that can help liven up that left hind. Good. Come right around the corner. And when you get on the quarter line here, put him in, shoulder in again. There you go. Feel it?
Yep.
Yep. Good. Now step him up straight. Just engage the left hind. Going into the corner. And then take him into shoulder in. Good. Got soft on his top line. When you get a really good one, let him walk for a little bit. Step him up. Good. He was a little through the left rib in that transition. Try to set that up prior to the transition. Try to get him straight. Good. We'll let him just hang for a minute and we'll do it again. So when you're doing your haunches in, are you more stuck tracking right haunches in? Does it translate equally? Okay. Interesting. Yes. He still has the left bulge, like right there. Yeah, okay, yep. Good. Step his left hind up. Get him straight. Roll your left toe a little and lift on your left rein. Lift up on your left rein. There, you got him. He's going to fall apart in this corner again. So step him up. There. Feel it? Now you're talking. Now you're talking. The light was really nice on that angle on that camera. That was really good. You'll see a big difference. Good. Hold it till you get the left hind in the top line. Good. Feel it? Release. And let him walk. There's got to be some recess once in a while. Got a really nice overtrack going there. Yeah, you might have an 8-inch overtrack there, or maybe even 9. That's that's good for him. I don't remember what it was last year, but I'm going to guess it's like 4. Yeah. Like a 3 or a 4. That's how much he's changed. Yeah. Yeah. But he was green as a gourd. Yeah. Did Lori take off for a bit?
She was feeding.
Okay. Now what we'll do is, here's a really good maintenance exercise and a good self-check exercise, okay? You're going to put him in you remember one range stops, we've done them before, done a little bending, okay? You're going to put him in a left turn, and you're going to drop your left leg back, and what you want to do is get as close to a turn on the forehand as you can without losing your rhythm behind. So see how tight of a turn you can make and still keep the rhythm behind. Okay? So start to bend him. Left leg back. 1, 2. Now walk him out. Walk forward. Good. Straight line. And bend him again. And do a turn or close to a turn on the forehand. 1, 2. Walk out. Good. Good. You're going to find as you practice this and he gets through your seat, you're going to get smaller circles and more rhythm. And again, as you smiled when I said that about the rhythm. There, good. Walk him out. There, so you quit just before the rhythm broke. Now go to the right and compare. This is a great exercise. Good. And back to the left. 1, 2, 1, 2. A little tighter. 1, 2. A little smaller. Do it again. Little tighter. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Walk out. Good. Feel that? That's as close to getting stopped or breaking the rhythm as you can get. That's going to get smaller and more fluid as you go, and that a lot of that comes from your left seat. So when you're stepping into that, you're kind of lifting your left seat, and if you have to roll your left toe, do it. 1, 2, 1, 2, and walk out. Good. There it is. That was a little tighter. I think it's true. There's kind of an urban legend in my part of the world about this guy that made it. You know, we talk about a bridle horse, and our bridle horses are like Grand Prix level dressage horses. It's the same as it's like a cowboy version of a Grand Prix horse. There's an urban legend, and I don't know who it is to blame it to, but I think it's true. There was a guy that built an upper level bridle horse, and his entire life he only walked. Maybe trotted, but he never cantered. And he bought the rhythm and the smooth and the soft and up to the back. And rumor has it the first time he ever cantered the horse is like he'd been cantering him his whole life. And he cantered at that upper level. I think that's true. I think it's a true story.
John Turner's comment that the walk is such an underutilized game.
Absolutely. Yep.
It's just like the same position as canter.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
if you can't do it at the walk.
Yep. And you know, Ray Hunt used to say walk is the most valuable gait. So he's saying it the same way. And I had a little disagreement with Ray, and that is, I would say for me, the trot's the most valuable. But the reason I say that is because I need more energy because I don't have his feel and his timing. So I have to have a little more impulsion to get more benefit. That probably is an indicator that I need to kind of grow in my horsemanship. So when you can utilize that walk like Ray can, you've arrived, as far as I'm concerned. And John Turner, I've watched him ride before. He rides well. His horses go well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. A little tighter. You can use your outside rein. There, and walk on. Good. You're just blocking that shoulder with the outside rein so he doesn't drift out. Now come back and do some turns. Get the left front to reach over. So now rather than doing a turn on the forehand, you're going to get his left front to reach. Left. Right there. Good job. Walk on. Now come back and reach the right front right. Big difference, isn't there? Good. Come back and reach the left front left. There, good, and release. Good, feel it? So he's a little resistant, but you're getting to the foot, which is what I want. Good. Now we'll just take it. You can pick up a couple soft feels and then just give him a half lap on the slack rein. Again, we do a little recess. He's mentally, he's sort of a young horse. Physically, he's kind of developing. So I just don't want to make it like, 60 intense minutes.
The rooster.
She's got a lot of roosters.
I am not a rooster fan.
No.
They make me crazy.
Although he amazed, they say you can't push a thoroughbred. Michael, in the lessons that I've had with him, we push him, and this horse just thrives.
I push them all the time, but I have them balanced. You can't push an unbalanced thoroughbred, which is what most people try to do. Yep. Good. When you get a chance, you can pick up a soft feel and halt, and then just back him up. Who's on the pony out there?
Robin.
That might be Robin. Good, I hadn't had a chance to see her yet either. So I watched her girl and Kit and Mia all grew up together. Like the three little amigos. There you go. Good. Wait for your soft. Hi, Robin. Nice to see you. I thought that was her little horse, but with the glasses on, I can't always tell.
It's Turu.
Huh?
It's Lori's pony, Turu.
Is it? Okay. I think she and I did a lesson last time I was here on that. Would that be possible? Has that pony been around? Or it
It's
might
been
have been
here.
her pony.
That pony's been here a while.
Good. And then a back up with a flow. There you go. Now, when you feel that softness, just time up with each step. Just set the front feet down. So you're going to backs. You're going to do a real short, quick release, 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 release. Feel that? Good. That there, quick. Good. There's your adjustability between your jumps. That's your collection. That's going to enhance your collection.
Okay.
Lori's back if we wanted her.
Okay.
Do you want me to get her?
I just want a picture before the sun goes down.
Okay.
Her and I together,
Absolutely.
because we've been together at these two places for a long time. I want some good light.
Let me find her. Lori?
I was wondering when you were going to ask me why the martingale.
Well, you had it on last time, and
Yes, I did.
yeah,
And then I took it off,
okay,
and then at the canter, to balance,
Yeah.
he throws his head up,
okay.
and he could take some teeth out. So it's
Okay.
it's
So
there.
that's coming from the standpoint that he's not balanced from behind.
and he's trying to find
And the more you get this, so I have a friend, a gal that started riding with us a couple of years ago. And she's not as confident a rider as you are. Her horse came into the arena, and I made him on his hind legs. Hi, we got to get a picture before the sun goes down.
Okay.
And so she's really funny because she's not very secure. And if we don't, I'm gonna have you do this for me, if you would please.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't turn it sideways, my wife's gonna get mad at us.
Are we going in the arena?
Anywhere you want. I just want a picture in the nice light before we.
Okay.
Anywhere in the sun. You wanna take this a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
no problem.
Good. Yeah, I like that. Please. I'm gonna take my glasses.
With good reason.
Alright, make sure you like it.
Oh, I am the wrong guy to ask.
Why? Good.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, yeah.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
We can do this too.
Okay. Okay.
We'll go over the rest of the accounting tonight.
Okay. Are you going to bring the red folder?
I can bring the red folder.
I'll bring the white thing, and we'll put everything together.
Thank you guys.
I think we're good on
Meow.
that.
I did my Venmo Friday.
They have to put up with the wrath of you, so.
Little but mighty.
Yep. Dynamite comes in small boxes.
Shh.
Good. See how he's a little more correct to the left rib now?
Yeah.
And your overtrack is like, that's almost a 10. That's a 9 for sure. I don't ever remember that horse going beyond the 4. I don't have perfect recall on this, but I'm thrilled. And that's, it's sort of like,
And every time he comes out, he's better. I mean, I swear. Since the injection.
well, not only that, but he's also saying every time I come out, she has the ability to help him get better. So you get a little credit here too, you know. He's a good boy, but you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's just do a quick summary, okay? A little more backing on arcs,
Yeah, right. Especially to the
where the
left.
hips are going left. Shoulder in, tracking left. Haunches in, tracking right. He's melting nicely, especially to the left. When you get him balanced, he's melting
That
nicely
was
in the
beautiful.
bottom. Rock back and reach his left front, or work on his left front reaching.
With the
Yep. And then make sure that at some point it's going to get better than right, then you got to fix the right up. So just monitor your horse.
I have to remember when I do that to keep my left hip
Yep.
light.
Yep. You're going to lift on that seat bone as his foot comes off the ground. Okay? Inviting him. Yeah.
I felt that I wasn't doing it, and then as soon as
And this is my answer to a driving seat. Because I find the driving seat of the devil. You know, we were laughing about that movie this morning. When people are doing that, you can get that foot to step over, but it's coercion. When you do this, it's like reaching out for a good hug, you know? So, you got a lot to be proud of here. This is really good. Yeah, what a neat
With guidance.
combination.
but
Well, it takes, I mean, we're all in this together, and this is,
The
if
thing
we
is
could
that
all do this by
to
ourselves,
me, everybody needs somebody on the ground.
yeah, if we could have done this by ourselves, we all would have done it. But I'm the product of a lot of really good help and a lot of really good conversations and a lot of horses that forgave me and frankly didn't kill me, even though they probably should have. And so I know that I didn't arrive on my own, but I also know that I've worked pretty hard on the place they're stuck. You're a hard worker. You've worked hard, but this is the outcome I want to start to see. And it took her a long time to find a horse like this that would
I told
fit
you it
this.
was most improved from
Yeah.
last year
Yep.
for sure.
Yep, no doubt about it.
The other interesting thing about this horse is you point him at a jump.
Yeah,
If it's this high, he jumps that.
yeah, yeah,
And he does, he doesn't look super buoyant across the ground.
Yep.
He's rested really high.
In good form.
And
Yeah.
he loves it.
Yeah.
He's not worried.
yeah.
And he comes back when he did jump. We did the little birch there. It was little, and he almost jumped the standards.
Yeah.
Took me by surprise. So all I did was just grab mane and
Darn
just
right.
try to hang on. And then he landed on the proper lead in this nice little canter. It goes around the corner. And when we came back, she set up guide rails. She goes,
Yep.
just trot it. Come
Yep.
back and
Yep.
trot it.
Yep.
She set up guide rails. He couldn't have cared less.
Isn't that so cool? I mean, the other thing, and here's something else that's really important. Having had all those other horses and struggled, when you get this one, you're not taking him for granted. You know what you got. And because you've seen how many people are riding that horse, that one horse, and they don't even know they have it. They actually think they're doing this, and the horse is just filling in and filling in and filling in. You guys are a good team, but you appreciate it now. And it's because you went through some hard times with some tough horses,
Well, and the poor horses had sore backs and we didn't know it.
Yeah. And that's all part of what we're learning. Let's see, how are we doing on our summary?
The backs, the
Backing and
shoulder
arcs.
in, especially to the left.
Yep.
I mean, both directions, but
That-
especially to the left.
Always work. When I talk about the weak side, I'm talking about less functional side. Doesn't mean he's weaker, he's just less functional.
Okay.
That can be weaker.
I like that way.
Yeah.
For me, because of my knee,
Yep.
having to just bring my left leg forward a little bit more, and
Yes.
possibly lift my hand. Lift,
Yep.
not.
So he was
Pull.
shearing in the corners when she was trying to engage him. So I had to move her inside leg ahead, and he started to step up through the corners. And then I told her she's one I would give more permission to than another because when he's a little weak, she needs to pick up on that inside rein to make her corners right. Everybody else, I mean, you're going to use it and get away from it. If you needed to do that to support your knee a little bit, don't worry about that. So you've got one that you're a bit of an exception.
Right. I like to hang on my inside rein. So,
Yeah.
and they yell at me.
Yeah.
But I did it. I was not. I was doing it softly.
Yeah, you heard me say
I
use
had
it.
the platter.
Yeah, yeah. You heard me
I
say
did.
use it and use it well. Yeah. And that goes lean. But if you're using it well, your horse is going to just accelerate and get better about it. Left front brace, he's needing to reach a little more with the left front. Both this horse and Deb's horse that need to work. Deb's horse wants to just go left by crossing the right front.
Which he used to.
And right hind diagonal.
Yep. Yep.
He used to not turn himself left.
It's kind of interesting how that always works out. You'll get a stiff left bend and a bulge to the right. You think if they're stiff left, they wouldn't bulge right, but they do.
Because it's the only way it can go.
Yeah,
Right.
something's got to give. Yeah, yeah. Let's see what else, Laura. And then I don't need to tell you this.
The turn. I don't know what you call it.
Oh, we call those Cindy Cook turns, where I'm stepping the inside hind up, and then on the turn on the forehand. Yep. And then the other thing, and here's a place where I'm seeing another shift. Now, probably part of it is because you're feeling successful on this horse. You're getting it, and you know what you're getting. But this is the best I've ever seen you with yourself. Because you've been, over the years, you've been so hard on yourself. And so it's kind of nice to see you have a little grace for yourself. You've always had grace for your horses, but I like how you are with yourself. And I think that's growth. And I'm sure he's more comfortable and but I'd say roll in it. Go roll in it. Being a dog owner, you know what I mean by that.
I do.
Yeah. Well, good.
Take a peek.
He's gonna pee.
Oof, he says this is going to feel good.
It's like I'm thinking about
Eventually.
it. Huh?
What about my lunch?
Oh no.
I'm gonna eat it. You're good, Greg. I can get behind you.
I should
Yep.
like commit to one place or the other.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Just stand right in the middle of the gate. I'm like a blue healer.
Or Indy. Laura, did you see that Summer Hill was first and third in the Grand Prix last night in Vegas? Summer was. Yep, Indy.
This was last night.
Or was it last night or the night before, maybe?
That's about it.
Oh, the
That's
night
about our
before, 'cause
summary.
Last night was.
I'm thrilled.
I mean, it's just getting him to move his feet.
Now you're polishing. You're not having any big red flags. You're doing a lot of
Might have been the
polishing.
night.
And I,
Might have been the night
with
before.
him, I think
No, I
part of
didn't.
it is I had no goals to start out with. It was just to make him a nice walk, trot, canter, and a happy horse, find
Yeah.
a good home.
Yeah.
Indy.
And then as I'm getting the walk, trot, canter, and then we jump him and realize he's really good, and then he keeps on stepping up. And
Yep. Isn't that interesting when you have such high expectations, how they perceive it as pressure? They do, but I've done the same
Yeah.
thing with my horses before.
yeah, with him it was just let's see, and
You know, probably some of the worst horses that pressure-wise are the one, the high expectation
Indy.
horses that you buy or import or whatever, and you have, and I literally think they feel it's like almost unrelenting pressure
Yeah.
on them, those expectations.
I think the energy.
The energy, all of that. Yeah. Look, Spanish walk.
That's a Spanish walk.
And that's did you teach him that?
bugs have taught him that.
I was gonna say, those bugs are way better training than I am.
That's where how you jump, that's where the jump comes from. That's where the. I mean, his knees are always up.
Yeah. And he's just a baby. I mean, he's just hitting his prime. So.
And he's always happy.
All the jumping he's done, I did some
Andy.
free jumping on the line. You know, I'd have him on the line and
Yep.
set something up, you know, where I knock the standard down.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And just kind of take. Because remember last year, even, you know, the bag.
Yeah.
We set up a huge bag.
Yeah.
And he went right over it. He just trusted me.
Yeah.
And so I started telling him to do that, and he's like, "Okay, I got this. This
All right.
is fine."
If you say we can do it, we can do
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Trailer's the same way, and you worked on. Remember, I told you he wasn't standing at the mounting blocks, and you worked on that.
Did we? Okay. Good.
He's never not done it since. One day he started walking away, and I went, "Really?" I went, "What do I do?" And I make it hard, make it easy. Okay. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And I did this like 4 times, and he went, "Fine." And he brought his butt right over to the mounting block. I went,
Well,
"Fine, get on."
you've sort of earned this one finally. I mean, there's a lot of people that have this horse like with Gilmore, and they wouldn't even know what they have. You've earned him.
Or our
Take-
fear.
Yeah.
When I looked at this horse with my friends, our
Yeah.
fear was because he was going to be kind. You could just tell by his eye.
Yeah.
If he had any talent, people like there's some local people that I know who would just jump the snot out of him once they
Exactly.
found out he can jump.
Yeah.
And he's not balanced.
Yeah.
he's
And they
not-
just wear
he
him
doesn't
out.
have his flat work, and they just start jumping the snot out. And he'd try.
Yeah.
He'd do it.
Yep.
Until.
And this is where we talk about good stewardship. You've been a good steward of this animal, and that's the bottom line. Is we're supposed to be good stewards of what we've been given, and you've earned this one, and you're savoring it. You're enjoying every minute of it.
Yep.
So good for you. Good for you, Laura. Well, I'm sure proud of what you got done. It sure looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah. What a great way to. Actually, for me, this is the end of Talkwitz, as I know it. You know, so there's, I was telling
So at least
Ren,
it's ending with the
talk about ending.
success.
I mean, you and Deb both had great rides
Right.
on horses that are.
Green.
And you know,
Green.
Laura and I think about it all the time. We're the same age. We've both been through so many
With bad
horses,
knees.
and we finally have got to
Got the right
one,
horse.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
We just
But
love our.
you guys are. That's the thing is, you see, I think you've sort of earned the right to have this horse because you're appreciative and supportive, and you're good stewards. You know, and I'm like you. I'm glad this horse didn't get wasted on some idiot trainer that saw him as an income stream.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because that's just
Just jump and
so
jump
many
and jump.
of those horses.
And they'd
they
have
just-
him running around, and he'd be another low-grade jumper.
Yeah, the
Another
then they-
crazy.
fried
he'd
brain.
be crazy because
Destroy his
he'd
body.
be
Terrified.
running the jumps because he's not balanced,
Yep.
and he'd just be another crazy jumper,
Yep.
and not be happy.
And you're just bringing
He
him
wants
along
to be
at his
100.
pace.
He wants. So my goal is 2.6, 2.9 hunter.
Yeah.
And then he can get leased out and loved on. He can be that nice.
Yep. Yep.
Lease. He'll be a Tristan.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, a nice
Yeah.
lease out horse.
Yeah.
To just teach people.
Good.
That's my
Good.
goal for him, so
Then
that
you're
he
gonna
has a
be
good
real
life.
selective who that is.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh no. Oh no. He will be under good supervision because he's too sweet.
Yeah, he's too good. Yeah.
I mean, he nickered at me when I went to go get him. He does it every time.
Yeah. That tells
He
you.
Makes
sees
your
me
heart
coming.
melt.
He nickers and comes to the gate.
What's that tell you? Yeah.
I mean,
But again, I keep coming back to this point, but you've sort of earned the right to get that because you've filled in these holes and you've worked on yourself enough
right.
to where you're a better human now for him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all part of the
It
deal.
is.
Both you guys,
It is.
you know, both you guys are different
Oh, yeah.
to be around than 10 years ago when I was
Oh,
here, you know?
Oh yeah. I was still intense and
Yeah.
gonna be the superstar.
Are you still working or did you
Oh,
retire?
I'm still working.
Good. Yeah, good.
But he's, you know, I was, you know, I wanted to be at the top of the game again.
And are you still living over in
Not in that house anymore.
okay, yeah.
Just moved because they had to get rid of it,
Oh, okay.
which it was nice.
Yeah.
It was a nice house,
Yeah. Yeah.
but because I was by myself
Right.
and I could do whatever I wanted to do.
Yep.
But it was a hole in the
But
wall.
you also had a
It was
couple
an
of
awful falling apart hole in the wall.
yeah.
and
You also
now
had
I-
a month or so of insanity around that too. So
Yes.
Yeah. April.
And now I live in a condo community and I'm in the back of it. where there's nobody there.
Nice and quiet. That kind of fits you as an introvert, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, yeah. You and I got a lot in common there too. Yep.
Yep, I could just go and it's.
And you're a big book reader, aren't you?
What?
Did he get himself?
You got anything on your list that you need to tell me about that I've
Unless
missed?
Ren helped them.
What do you like to read? What kind of books?
Christian books, mystery book. I just do the regular mysteries. I do all the Lee Child,
Okay.
Jack Reacher.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
'Cause I, you know who the character is. You know there's going to be a woman involved who helps him figure out the crime.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know those. And then I bought Christmas books, and then I also have a lot of diet books, just keto,
Okay.
learning about
Yeah.
how. There's a guy who talks about how lipids are actually metabolized.
Okay.
He talks about cell metabolism and how sugars and things, and it's great.
I
And-
was talking
but
with.
it's intense.
Yeah, well, you got the background for it.
Right.
I was talking with Carol earlier, and she was saying, "Have you ever heard of this guy named Dr. Gundry?" And he's on the internet. I've been following him for a couple of years.
Right.
And he's another one of these brilliant guys.
Yeah.
It's not a one size fits all.
Right.
You got to do this to work for everybody. But he's genius.
And they're all open. You know, what I like about the people I listen to is they're all open and they listen. And it's not everybody has to do things this way.
Yeah.
But Lustig is like just low carb. He's like, this is what you should do, and this is why. And fructose is Did you know fructose's metabolism is metabolized fructose, just like alcohol in the liver. Fructose and alcohol are
That-
both metabolized exactly the same
That doesn't
way.
surprise me. I didn't know
So
that.
they're
But
both turned into fatty liver, and that's
Wow.
why all these kids eating all this high fructose corn syrup
yeah,
garbage
sure.
all have fatty liver.
Sure.
The fatty liver was an alcoholic disease,
Yeah. Yeah.
but in the last 30 years, it's become a kid disease.
It's become
Which
a
is awful.
cultural. Yeah.
But reading it, and of course, I with the scientific background, he shows the little
Yeah.
models and explains
Yeah.
it in more detail.
Yeah.
But you can skip over that, and he's still got good information.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, he's another one. And yeah, so I was going through all my books because I finally unpacked my books last week. You know, you unpack what you have to have, and then it's like, okay,
And then you unpack what you
I
want.
got to put the bookcases together, you know, put the shelves up, and I got to do it. So I did it.
Yeah.
And started sorting through, and I went, okay, so I have my Christian books, I have my political books, I have my tons of horse books,
Yeah.
some dog books, some veterinary books. I have my classics.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
the old, classics.
You know Dennis Prager? Have you ever heard of him?
Oh, love them.
Okay, well, some friend of mine, the lady that sponsored my clinic, she and her husband go on these boat trips all the time. She just brought me back 2 signed Dennis Prager books.
Wow.
So that goes in my collection.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Well, it's funny because I found all my old, one who wrote Two Roads Diverged, Robert Frost.
Oh.
And I love Robert Frost, so I said, oh, I have 2 Robert Frost books. They'll go in with the classics. Yes, I put them in. My sister had found this little book of just a couple of his classics, and she saved it for me and brought it because she knew I liked Robert Frost
Yeah.
and gave it to me. And I went, oh, I know exactly where in my bookshelf
Yeah.
it should go now.
Yeah. Do you remember the movie The Notebook?
Yes.
And the father and son. He's sort of a Tennessee man. I like so and so. It's really good.
So I'm
Smiling
eclectic.
disgust.
The way, when you said what kind of books, I'm eclectic.
I just like
when the
people
kid
are
who was
readers, I'm
was
like,
watching
what's hit
them.
you this year? What have you worked on? What's hit you in the heart this year? So some of this, like I don't read. Occasionally, I'll get a novel. Most often, if Don and I are traveling,
The only
we'll go
novels I get are like the Christmas
Yeah.
novel that I just bought because it's Christmas time. You can read. It's just like my guilty pleasure, which is the like the Hallmark Christmas movies.
That's Donna's mom.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hallmark Channel.
I
It's
do-
either what is it? Flower Store, Bed and Breakfast,
Or a lodge.
a
A
lodge.
Lodge,
There's one
Losing
more.
the Farm.
Yeah, losing the. But
And they all
every
end
number
when they
can-
kiss.
Huh?
And they all end when they kiss.
Yeah, and you got the soon-to-be ex-boyfriend. He's not
Right.
doing it. The
Right.
girl that moved from back to home from the
Right,
city.
was the old boyfriend,
and
and
Donna's
yeah.
mom loves those.
Oh yeah,
But you know what? They're pretty. It's good entertainment. It's wholesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and you know
Compared to
how it
what's
ends.
Normally on the
And when you're having a stressful time,
It's
and
a
you can
good-
do other things while you're watching because
Yeah,
you don't miss
exactly.
anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't miss a thing because they're
And
all.
I think it's interesting that 5 themed. They're always the same. They're so popular. They've had so many views. What's that tell you about our culture? We're craving good,
Yeah.
wholesome
Good
entertainment.
stories.
Yeah.
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 There's nothing but junk.
Well, and the news and real life is so ugly.
Well, just
A
the
lot.
news, like they were just. I listen to a lot of political podcasts. We don't do politics or religion.
Yeah.
But they were talking about how NBC, ABC had cut this one, and they showed their version of this. It was a protest in the Middle East.
Right.
Then they showed the whole protest,
Right.
and what you saw is the same guy. One place he was in a body bag, okay, faking to be in a body. One place he's a protester. One day he's stuff. They cut it all out. What you realize when you see the whole thing, the whole thing is scripted.
If you really look at it,
Hate
a
that.
whole bunch of different events, you can see the same people.
Yeah.
If you look at when you start, there are people who actually have found the same people in multiple crises.
Jeez.
So you
there are
just,
actors out
I can
there
only take so
acting
much of that,
parts.
Yeah.
and then I got to go get.
Right, and then I watch my Hallmark movie, or I read my Christmas book, or
Yeah.
my
You know Andrew
Yeah.
Huberman?
Who?
Huberman? Huberman Labs. He's a neuroscientist.
no.
You'd like his podcast, you know? Yeah. You'd like his stuff because you could understand it.
Right.
Do you listen to Jordan Peterson? Yeah. I
And
did,
his,
sort of
what, and his
recall.
daughter.
Yeah, Michaela's
Yeah.
amazing too.
Yeah.
Um,
And I know
Jordan's
of a couple people
hard
who've
for me.
had
I mean, his
some
vocab.
major autoimmune disease.
Yes.
And I'm like, you need to see her TED Talk. That never made it to TED. They never
Right,
did a TED
right.
Talk. But I'm like, different diets work for different people, and
Exactly.
this
Donna.
cured her.
Donna, when she
can live her
this
life.
is what Donna, when she's on task, she eats meat, salt, black tea, and water. That's it. That's all she eats. Oh, a little cream. In
I've
her.
been really bad the last 4 days because I'm traveling and I'm stressed. I eat chocolate and carbs,
Yep.
and I eat that many carbs.
What was it?
When you look at life in general, I really didn't eat that many. But when I look at my diet,
Yeah.
I ate way too many.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
a little
today,
bit of carb goes
this
a long way with
morning-
me too. Yeah.
this morning I went right back to it. She asked me, "What do you want for lunch?"
Yep.
I had the burger
Mhm.
with lettuce.
Yeah. I'm on the
You know,
road, so
lettuce
I've had
wrap.
burger at
Yeah.
night, or I've had a sandwich or something. This is just not a hill to die on. But when I get back home, I'm gonna get right back on it
Right.
again.
Right.
And
And that's what I'm saying. Is like today, I'm back on it because I know I feel better. Because I know that's part. And
Yeah.
and the knee inflammation is more today.
as soon as you get sugar, that man, your joints flare.
And it's funny because when I went on keto, when I said I'm doing it,
Yep.
2 weeks my knee started feeling better. I
Yep.
started walking in. And I mentioned it to Emily, who had Emily with the big gray horse, the OBGYN.
Yes. Yes.
I mentioned it to her and she goes, "Well, yeah, weight loss in New York was a bit better." I said, "It was 2 weeks." I'm sorry, 5 pounds isn't going to do that.
Right.
Well, you know,
Right.
you
It's
just
the-
made me think about something because my knee's hurting me today, and I'm blaming it on all the dancing I did last night. It was the wine, not the
Yeah, it was the
dancing.
wine. It was the wine.
I bet it was.
The wine helped it feel better at the time,
Which
so you
is
could
what-
dance more.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And
But
not
I
be
don't think it's the
self-conscious.
dancing as much as the wine.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, I guess
So-
I'm kidding
You know, I have
myself,
I
right?
have a glass of wine, and then I'm like, doing things around the house, and I do this, and I get this done, and I'm like, because the knee feels better, so I'm doing more. Yeah, I blame. And then the next day when I'm drinking, it's not the stuff, it's the wine,
Yeah.
it's the carbs.
Well, I actually had 2 beers while I was here this week at supper, one each night, and that's fairly rare for me. One reason is I don't
Don't
drink
fall in.
alcohol, is because as soon as I have a drink, I'm done thinking. So, and I don't like that, not having my brain being able to react. But I was thirsty, I was tired, and coming up on the end of the year, so I just cut
And,
myself a little
and a
slack.
nice beer at the end of the day, but you have to know it's the end of the day.
And I didn't drive anywhere. I'm not on traffic because I'm real careful about doing something to get down traffic.
Right. Yep.
That's the thing that makes me crazy is people who have a drink or multiple drinks and then they drive. And I used to do that when I drank. I don't drink anymore now, but when I did,
I mean, I'll have a couple, but I hang out there then for 2 hours.
yeah.
And I've eaten too, so it's a period of time.
When we used to do that, it was very common, and it wasn't really cracked down on in Montana.
No, it
But
wasn't.
you might drive an
anywhere
hour and
in
not see
Michigan.
another car. So you might run off the road if you're really stupid yourself.
Right.
But no excuse. It's still not right.
When I
But
turned
it is-
18, that was the legal drinking age in Connecticut.
Yeah.
So it was, and then when I turned 21, we made it the legal in all states birthday.
Correct. So you got to turn legal twice.
Yes,
I got to do it
exactly.
3 times because Montana went 18 and then they moved it to 19 that year. So I turned 18, 19, and 21. I got legal 3 times.
It took 3 tries.
Yeah, I didn't abuse
The
privilege, but
21 year we had, there was this great restaurant that had the bar down in it was in an old converted barn, and they had the silo.
Oh yeah.
And so we had the party in the silo.
Yeah.
Oh,
had
fun.
a table in the middle, and it had just seating all the way around the outside. So we had, and that was the Bloody Mary night. I remember that. If I pick a drink, it has to be. It remains that drink because you don't change.
Right.
And I had a ride.
That's good. Well, you remember Lonesome Dove?
Yeah.
Remember that
Oh,
movie?
yeah.
It's not dying. It's not dying. I'm talking about Oduro. It's living. So you gotta live, right?
Right.
You gotta live, but you gotta live wisely. You
Yeah.
gotta live smart. Yeah. Well, good job. Congratulations on this. You're doing a great job. Last piece of advice: keep doing what you're doing because it's working. So
Thank you.
that's it. Nicely done.
I let him tell me. I mean, I come out with a plan. I like set up rails and I think about things because
Yeah.
having the rails drives my brain.
Mhm.
And let's face it, when you trot over the rails and you're trying to make a straight line, it's more obvious when you're not straight.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
so I set something up, but if I'm riding him and something else seems like the thing that we need
I always,
to do.
I mean, I've been saying this for years. I have a master plan, and it's very easily derailed by if they need to dictate my plan. And once in a while, my master plan actually comes to fruition. But most of the time, I would just follow. And that's that saying I always hear me say: "Ride the horse you have."
Right.
You know,
Right.
he's stuck in the left front. You go work on him.
Right.
Yeah, until we're not as
Yep.
stuck, and he's a little more relaxed. What do you think, boss?
Close shop.
You can't close shop. It's not even midnight.
Can I
Lori.
knock that over?
You can't stop.
You might.
You
You
don't
can
know
tell.
what to do to
You
close
can
shop
tell
before
shop's
midnight.
not going anyway. I'm just standing here. So. He's so happy to be done,
Yeah.
Hi, Andy.
All right.
and he would rather have his people than.
Oh, you're getting the speaker. Sorry.
Buddy's
Could-
Big Race?
Who said thank you, Greg? I gotta head out.
That was Mary. That's a book she wrote, and she sent it to our neighbor kids, Millie and Bentley. So
Oh, how cool.
yeah, so she did that, and her nephew did the illustrations, which are fantastic.